CIS280, which is my mobile app development course, is this Periscope session. And so it's intro to mobile app development, and it's Mondays at 4:30. And even though we only meet once a week, I will try to have a Periscope session if need be for our course. And so one of the first things in CIS280, the first week anyway, is again, for those of you that have Macs, is getting the Xcode updated. If you do not have a Mac, one of the questions students always have, can I survive the course without a Mac? You can. Our lab is provided with brand new Macs this semester, and we pretty much have, our course pretty much has the entire lab all semester when there's no other courses in that room. So I will update the schedule, the lab schedule for the course week 1 and email everybody. But with first night of class, when you guys come to class tomorrow night, we're going to go introduction to CIS280, mobile app development. I'll find out who does not have an iPad or iPhone in the course and make those available for you throughout the semester that need one to test apps. But the first 5 to 6 weeks is just going over introduction and syntax of using code language is Swift that we'll be using in mobile app development. Objective-C was the language that was used for years in mobile app development for iOS, but last summer, August 2014, Apple came out with a new language called Swift, and it's a fairly simple language to learn. It has complexities to it, but the language itself is fairly easy to learn. If you've had any programming language before, you should slide right in easily. If you've not had any programming experience, Swift is good to learn as well, being your first language, because it is an intro language. It's a very basic language. And the reason Apple made the change to Swift was to get more developers on board. And so we've been teaching mobile app development at Rock Valley College since 2013. And so we're going on our 5th course offering for mobile app development. And each semester, students in this course have to create their own application at the end of the semester. You have about 3 to 4 weeks to complete an app at the end of the semester. There's no other work that I assign the last 3 or 4 weeks but working on your final app. And the final apps you'll be creating are something of your own creation, the idea is. And so it could be a game, it could be how to store recipes, a communication app like Skype, or a communication app like FaceTime, a plethora of different types of apps. And we'll go over some of those on Monday that students have done in the past. We have had Rock Valley College students already submit their apps to the Apple App Store and are selling their apps, so that's an option you can do as well. Apple gives you as students free development license. They waive the $99 development fee for students, and so that's a great thing for you. And again, if you do not have a Mac, you're going to be fine. I would say usually about half the class each semester does not have a Mac at home, whether it be an iMac, whether it be a MacBook. I do recommend if you want to continually develop in mobile app development for Mac, for iPhone, iPad, the one I'd recommend starting with is the Mac Mini. The Mac Minis are around $400 for an intro device, and they can hook up to your existing keyboard, mouse, and monitor. But again, you don't have to have one, and do not go out and buy one right now. I'm just saying down the road, if you decide to purchase a Mac, start out with a Mac Mini, because the price point's pretty reasonable to what PCs cost. And you can also install Office and Windows on a Mac as well, if you're a Windows user right now. And so I don't want to discourage anyone that does not have a Mac that you're not going to survive, because again, about 50–60% of my students each semester do not have a Mac, and they do great in the course. So Open lab times will be posted. In fact, I'll email everybody Tuesday morning on what those lab times are going to be, and then you can just schedule accordingly. The lab is generally open from 8 in the morning to 10 at night, Monday through Friday, and then on Saturday from 8 to noon. So there's plenty of time to come in to do your work. Podcast, let's talk about that for a second. Each week I will have a podcast for the assignment for that week, and I also record the session in the class. So let me show you our page real quick. I'm going to flip the camera if you don't mind. So if you are understanding everything, it looks like I have 2 viewers here. If you are understanding everything thus far, just go ahead and tap the screen. That would be helpful to me to know that you're okay right now and you have no questions really. But so anyway, let's get started. On the home screen, you have a start button here. That's where we're going to do week 1. And new student start button is you will come in and go over some Eagle training if you need it. It goes over about the course. You'll create an Apple ID. This one I do want to make mention, you need to use your Rock Valley College student email to do that. Even if you already have an Apple ID, create a new one with your Rock Valley College student email. Apple requires us to do that. Optional is a Mac, which I've already went over. You'll need to bookmark some websites. They're on number 5. On number 6, we have a Facebook page. I'd like for you to like it. Follow us on Twitter. And then when you're finished with that, you'll just say, I've completed the above task. And that's the getting started that you can actually get done the first few days of course. Week 1, we'll go over the getting started. We'll also go into the joining a Google Plus community. I have an iOS community in Google, which we'll go over more tomorrow night. You'll go over an About Me that tells us about yourself a little bit. You'll do that. Subscribe to iTunes U. This is basically where we, as Rock Valley College, have an iTunes U presence, which I'll quickly show you what that looks like. And if you've been on iTunes before, you might have seen it. Otherwise, if you've been to our website, rockvalleycollege.edu, there's a T icon here. Actually, it's a music icon. Click on that. It's going to take you to the Rock Valley College and iTunes U page, which when you click on that, it's going to launch iTunes. And iTunes is a free app from Apple for colleges and universities and students and anybody in that matter that has a computer, Mac or PC, to register and subscribe to free courses from multiple colleges. Over 900 colleges and universities use iTunes U. So here's our iTunes U page for Rock Valley College. You'll see the top courses there that are there, one of them being our course CIS280, but I've got CIS180, 225, 130. We also have adult health uses it, computer service and repair, human biology, English comp, and graphic design, just to name a few that's on our Rock Valley College iTunes U page. But in here basically is where you will come and register and just follow the steps of registration in the subscribe to iTunes U. Also in week 1, we'll talk, ask if you have an iPhone or iPad. You'll answer that. If you do, you'll submit what's called a UDID, which I'll go over more on Monday. And reading. There's all of our text this semester is online, so you don't have to purchase a textbook. And so there is reading there for each week. And podcast will be also posted after week 1. And finally, in-class exercise. We'll do an in-class Swift hello program exercise on week 1. We'll create our first hello program together. And we'll go over your first week's assignment, which is basically modifying the playground app we do in class on Monday. You'll modify it a little bit and upload it. And that's it for week 1. So pretty simple getting started on week 1, mainly getting our head wrapped around what iOS development is, what programming language we use, my expectations for you. And then finally deciding or looking at the open lab times. The open lab times link here that's right now is from last semester. That by Tuesday when I find out what the open lab times are. So any questions? I'll wait just a second here to see if you have anybody has any questions. Otherwise, we're going to stop this in just a second. And again, if you don't have any questions, if you could tap the screen right on the Periscope app. I've got 2 viewers here, and so if you have a Periscope app, you can tap the screen. Otherwise, you can just email me post-session, and I'll answer any questions you might have. One last thing I'll mention, there is a live chat link on our CIS280 webpage on Eagle, and if I'm available, it will tell you I'm available. Otherwise, I do recommend you emailing me. I do answer my emails fairly quickly. And so I look for a great semester and look for some great app ideas from you. We'll talk about some tomorrow night when you come to class. But I will see everybody tomorrow night. Thanks. Bye-bye.